Hello, Anna EAP. Wait, okay. Actually, this soundtrack is a little bit too intense. Alright, this is much better. It's the Block Hood soundtrack. It's good work music. This is a little bit too sleepy, but I'm trying to corner the ASMR game dev stream market. There was that article recently in the New Yorker about Twitch streaming, which I thought was quite surprising. How to get rich playing video games on Twitch. I believe the answer is to stream like 18 hours a day. This is my favorite line in the article. Since 2011, he has been one of Twitch's partners. An elite. Is elite always spelled with an accent? I get it. So elite, it's spelled with an accent. It's spelled the French way. An elite group that includes some 25,000 streamers. Oh, wow. Because I'm a partner. I don't feel very elite. It's an interesting read, yeah. It's pretty intense. I think he said I think when they started, they all streamed like 18 plus hours a day. Anyway, it's interesting. I've got some thoughts about this. How this sort of relates to developers, but we'll see. Wait, bless me. All right, so the door frame interlevel. Let's see, door frame interlevel. You know what? Door frame interlevel. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of these other doors since we don't really need them anymore. So this one is gonna, I'm gonna send this to the artist, the frame, I think think the big thing here is it's no longer, you know, right now I've just sort of taken the current door and stretched it, which is, but that's not actually how I want it to be. So I'll send him the files along with the, I'm gonna send him the files along with sort of some notes so he can kind of do a variation of the door. Hopefully it doesn't take as long. This first one took us like 8 weeks. The complete game, well, it's as complete as I can get it. It's not, there's still some art stuff that I'm waiting for. So will it be a complete game? No. But it is a new build, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure what you meant by complete. The game basically won't be complete until it is. Yeah, it's not going to be complete until I ship. Oh dear. Yeah, but if you can't do it this weekend, you know, just let me know and I will. You'll get included in the next round. I just got an email from a YouTuber asking me if they could become a member of the family at William Cheer Studio. I think it's well, I think it's part of a mass email because there's not even a subject line. I would like to play your game X and become a member of your company Y. What? So I had a meeting with the producer today, and Will, who's been helping with the PS4 port, we just kind of went over everything that needs to get done, and feeling a lot more confident about the project. I think we're in a good spot. So timing-wise, it's a little tight, but I mean, kind of always is. Yeah, you know, this thing right now, it kind of just closes instantly. I gotta figure out. Primed TNT. How is it going? Yeah, we're just getting started. Now, why? Getting your health back, that is good to hear. Yeah, so it's this thing right now where the door closes instant, which is not what I want. Okay. Are we doing it immediate or what? Set door close. Well, it's not actually, it's not lerping, that is the problem. It's actually skipping the animation. Let's try this again. Thank you, Nightbot, for the reminder. Yeah, I talked about it on the, somebody suggested it in the Discord. Because I said I kind of feel like I've just been using this stream as a channel to rant and complain about more as like an outlet for stress, which I don't think is necessarily the best thing here. Okay, so it is. Right, but I probably do it too much. You know, where it's every day I'm just like, oh my god, the market, it's coming, it's crashing. Well, a lot of us programs standing up. Yeah, and it's not, I just don't want it to be. Yeah, I know it's fine if you to talk about it once in a while, but I feel I've been maybe doing it too much to a degree that's kind of unhealthy, because it's just like every time, you know, if you go on Twitter, game development Twitter, it's just, what's the big thing? Remember Frosted Tips? Looking forward to Isaiah Thomas coming back. It was a Jetomero. Jetomero was, there was an article about it today. Why didn't Jetomero take off? Yeah, and I was surprised. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really hear about it until it was about to launch. I have the game. I haven't played too much of it. I do think the style is absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, today's chalk was from Rave of Ravendale. This is the common outcome for 99.9% of game devs now, unfortunately. Even if you think you've done enough, it's never enough. Your best bet is to assume that your game isn't going to sell any more than, say, 2,000 copies. And work out what you do if that happened, because as bad as it sounds, the chances are it won't. So, and I think Gabriel, this is the developer, talked about how I think between Steam and Xbox One, he's only at 1,000 copies, which is, well, that's very little. I think certainly for me, I've talked about that. Added a mini desk for your add-on mini desk. Yeah, you know, the problem is it's I used to swap between standing desk and sitting desk, and it was just such a pain. Like it is, you know, I have 3 monitors, so it took all day. You have to like unplug everything. So yeah, and you know, I've talked about this sort of in other streams, kind of the financial realities. But the thing is, if you assume your game isn't going to sell any more than 2,000, I mean, I just don't know how you can actually do it full time. Like if you are, because 2,000 is like, I think indie games go for what, $20? Average 40,000. I mean, that's like, okay, that's before Steam takes a cut, so maybe we're probably looking at like 0.7. I mean, I just don't know how. Okay, so you're looking at 28,000. It's like if you start with the assumption of 2K, I just don't think, you know, that's crazy. So, but yeah. You know, and I backed this game on Kickstarter, and the other thing is, here's some discussion where it's like, well, you know, this guy's saying he's starting to think that posting in progress gifts is a very serious mistake, which is like, well, you know, I don't know. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, if you're not talking about your game enough, it fails. If you talk about your game too much, it fails. But I think all this is all like armchair biz deving, you know, all the like I said, for me, Yeah, a lot of people didn't even realize it was out. I don't know. He said there was too much, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, don't talk about your game. Talk about your game. Honestly, I think it's better if people are sick of hearing about your game rather than they've never heard about it. And then, of course, to me, these are my 3 biggest fears. Well, there's death threats. There are reviews on Steam. And then everyone telling you what you should have done in hindsight. And there was some of the, because some of that was like, oh, this, one of the comments here. It's like, it launched on PC and Xbox One. And he's like, well, there you have it. There's your problem. You launched on PC and Xbox One. Put it on the stores, and you goofed. Shouldn't have launched it. Shouldn't have launched it on Steam. You get death threats not because of your game, because of the internet. Hello, Lemmy Wemmy. What's going on? Yeah, and I just kind of realized they're like, every time you go on to Twitter, that's game dev Twitter is just that. It's just filled with projections about how tough the industry is, and I don't think they're wrong. I'm just not really sure what. It's like, okay, well then, what do you do? You know. Oh, it's good. Yeah, we're kind of getting more art in. Yeah, and I feel like Manifold Garden has a. Although I recently got, you know, there's this. If you Google Indie Games 2017, I used to be at number 7. But Donut County, Elysian Shadows, Needhog 2, and Old Man's Journey have knocked me down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah! I'm not even in the top 10 anymore. Alright, you guys need to start talking about Manifold Garden on the Google. This is the kind of music that you'd hear at like this is the kind of music that's like always playing at this like local Thai restaurant in my neighborhood. Well, I used to be at 7. And it says it's like video games frequently mentioned on the web, which I think is good that people are talking about it. But I wonder if it's just there's been like sales recently. Sometimes if something is in the news, it ends up getting up there. But you know, it's not something you can rely on. I don't think it's such a it's a you know, it's not a bad thing to be on the list, but I don't think it's necessarily an indication of sales. So. Yeah, nothing is an indication. That's true. How do you know how many people search Manifold Garden? Where do you get those numbers? I think like half of that is me. Oh, why would it be? Door controller. So where do we get this? Boolean on M filled. That was like E3 2016, yeah. Oh, well, we gotta get a few more things out. Wait, no, that was... No, you know what? The PlayStation presentation was actually for... Yeah, I don't want to get too... I mean, I'm trying to sustain it, and the thing is, you don't want to... You don't want to kind of... I don't want to burn out before I ship, right? So... Yeah, okay. So let's figure this out. Line door controller. Line door Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I can get away with... Aha. You know what? I think we're just gonna do... Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so now what I want to do is also power on the light on this guy. Okay, so, this is interesting. Well, yeah, people do have small attention span. Hey, Moshi Link. It's a very short eye candy intro, a few seconds. What I'd add though is a very short eye candy intro, a few seconds fade in, fade out to that main menu animation. To give a what are you talking about? With subtitle under the video describing the theme of the episode? Oh, are you talking about the like the Manifold Garden videos? Is that, I think I might have missed the some of the stuff you were talking about before. Well, you know, I have done well on Reddit. The thing is, Reddit really does not like self-promotion, despite the whole site being self-promotion. Yeah, so I would do that too. Yeah, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and these guys always have There's how like a theme song. This is just I really like this one guy. What's he called?
Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor. Priorities. Figure out whether.
But like this, they always do this intro.
Salut, je suis Yoann Texas.
Yeah, so he's got a few. So I'll start doing that. You know, I didn't want to go kind of go all the way with, like, I didn't want to get caught up in sort of all that other stuff, the intro, the designing, because I knew if I started to do that, yeah, it's a little too long, and I knew if I started to do that, it's gonna take me. I'm never gonna get started, you know. So I think it's like we start off quick intro, and then I go straight to it. Yeah, I know. What's up, YouTube? And then they do the thing where they cut. It's like, so, you know, the other day, and I was thinking about this, and then like da. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What's up, Dub Nation? That's gonna be me. So no. But yeah, I just kind of want like a low-key version. Okay, now we gotta get this thing to light up. The funniest thing to me on YouTube is all the workout channels, like, because hold on, and then it's like how to bulk, like, because they're all just like makeup, they're like makeup videos but for men, and the funniest thing is they're like, why is he topless? You know, like he's got he really has, there's like no reason for him to be topless. Like, look at this guy. Oh wait, the thumbnail he was topless. It's like there's no I can't think of another YouTube topic where he's gotta be, where, you know, like if I were just topless being like, yo, what's up YouTube Dub Nation, this is your boy William sharing all the latest Manifold Garden development updates. Okay, today I want to talk about how to bulk while you're how to stay in shape while you're developing games. So first, you have to buy my protein shake. And you can click up there. Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about game development, how to bulk up, how to get rich with cryptocurrency. Make sure to like and subscribe, add a comment, put in your email, and then I'll send you this PDF on how to finish your MMO in 2 weeks. Yeah, it would get picked up, and then I would be banned from GDC. All the other indie devs would basically stop talking to me. But who cares? I'll be an up-and-coming YouTuber. It's like, today we are going to prank some of the other game developers. We're gonna randomly pick a game and just review bomb on Steam. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna need a more yeah. Okay, got it. So make people sign up to my mailing list for the good stuff, be topless, and talk about like, comment, and subscribe every 5 minutes. And have a great intro. Yeah, then we get the controversy video. Alright, so we've got this little thing. The whole point of clicking, well, email is actually kind of the best marketing tool you've got. I mean, that's sort of one of the downsides of Steam is you can't contact your audience directly, right? If like people, I bought this like there's this company that makes this Tyvek wallet. Tyvek, it's like your FedEx packaging materials, man. And sometimes you see it like houses under construction. It's covered in Tyvek. It's like this waterproof paper. So they make wallets out of that, and they're really thin. But I'm on his mailing list, and he, because once in a while he's like, oh hey, I've got this new backpack that I'm working on, and you can buy from him directly. I only check it like once every little while, but it is it's basically directly to the consumer, right? So it is very effective. Yeah, I gotta get him, gotta start Brackies. Well, the problem is he's got like 300,000 followers on YouTube, so he'll just crush me. Also, he's just such a nice guy. I've actually met him over at this Unity event about half a year ago. All right, so water turn controller. We need an interface. We need an interface called I light. All our interfaces are, I turn water. We're gonna need one that's I. So I'm not sure how much you guys know about interfaces, but it basically is sort of kind of like a template that you have to force your script, your class to follow. Man, that train is really obnoxious. So, okay, what it's doing is it's an I turn water, right? So this is saying that the water turn controller follows the I turn wallet. Not I turn wallet, I turn water, which means it has to implement this script, the check turn alive. It has to have certain functions or variable names. So it's just like it's a really good thing to follow. And of course you can have, I believe you can you, oh, this is interesting. Can you actually fill out functions in interface? How to bulk up for skinny guys at home. No, you can't. Okay, because can you do... And can you extend from more than one? Can you inherit from more than one? Because the... Oh, you can? Yeah, because the thing is, they all have this... I have this function where something can light up, but the problem is that they are... I don't want to inherit. I don't want an interface. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I've got this. So the water detector, it lights up. It lights up. It's got this set light fill. It lights up something, but I don't. The problem is I don't want to use. I don't want to. So okay, this means that. Okay, here's what I've got, right? I've got this thing called set light fill, and it lights up like a light object, which a lot of things use, and I don't want to keep copying and pasting this same function because I know it's going to run into problems. So what I would like to do is have a base function that I can use, but if necessary, we can override it in some cases. So I'm trying to decide what is the best option to use. So I can make an abstract base class, and don't make a chain of it. What do you mean by a chain? The thing is, these are also, they already inherit from a bunch of other things. You've already got like chain activator. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't plan on going. Yeah, I don't plan on doing that. So yeah, I just want to, so many things share the same, that same functionality. I don't want to. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, yeah. So this is what I'm doing, right? Public abstract class. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. So we do an interface, an abstract class, and then you derive from that. I think I see what you guys are talking about. Okay. So scripts, let's see, we've got light. So I probably don't need the, hold on, let me set up a, let's set up a I light, So yeah, see this, right? Like what I want is to put this in here. Actually, you know what? Guys, give me one. You know, I've been streaming for about an hour and 15 minutes. Let me take a quick 5-minute break. We will come back and kind of finish this up. Yeah, we'll kind of get started tackling this stuff. Yeah, we'll set it up so a number of a bunch of classes can extend from this and then have the light fill functionality. Yeah, like one of the problems we had early on was Arthur had added this, but then I copied it and used it in a bunch of other places, but it sort of wasn't intended to. Oh, but then he like fixed one and then the other one was broken. So it's just going to be a lot easier to have. It's a lot easier to have sort of just one place with this one function. And then the nice thing is it gives you, you know, if you ever do like final references, you can have a list of everything that lights up. All right. So 5 minutes. We'll be right back and we'll do some more programming. All right. I will see you guys in just a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Back from the break, got some tea. Oh, this is this music is from Blockhood, and oh, we got some good discussion here when I was gone. We do like, where do we use inheritance? So we use stuff like this interface for gameplay component because we separate out. So like, see, this is all the stuff that have gameplay components, right? And what they do is it's the reason why we're doing this here is to kind of take. We don't use unities like an awake and start. I've actually not played Blockhood. I just really like the music. So this is splitting up the we don't use awake and start to initialize stuff in Unity because that gets a little bit tricky and it's not always clear the order in which it happens. So especially because when we load in a level, like when you do awake, like awake is called the first time an object is loaded into a level, and start is the first time it's enabled. But the way we're doing loading, the way we load levels is different than what Unity is kind of like by default designed to do. We actually split up a level into multiple small parts and then load that in over multiple frames. So what we do here, and we have a bunch of other things, right? So we will like cache references to components and do delegates, so we can like load the entire level and then we start caching things. Okay, you know, this is referencing this and that. You know, we initialize it to the default state. So what we actually do is like, okay, this is the state that it starts with. You know, when something, then like, so we actually set it to the default state, and then when we call onload, it loads on top of that. So when you load a game, it actually sets this state twice. We set this render layer. That's really something specific to what we're doing it from our game. Oh, you know, has this state been set from the load data yet? That's again something we do not set. You know, this is kind of very specific bools for what we're doing. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is no, right. So some of these are gameplay components things, right? Some of these, so like I turn water. This is anything that wants to turn water needs to utilize this. So, and again, yeah, you can see I commented this like quite a bit. Right, object that players interact with. This ensures all. Oh, and then you know we can also do like actually the Unity is a little bit tricky if you want to find things by interface. I don't think you can do that. Like you can grab a list of objects by their base class and then call a function and have them all, you know, if you have like your base class cube and then you have you know, I don't know, red cube, blue cube, green cube, let's say for example, somehow they're all on different extensions of them. You can call the base class, organize it, and then call a function from that, and then all of them will do this. I'm not so sure you can do that for interfaces. There's some weird stuff in there. Yeah, and then also because it updates, it's like it might not be a problem anymore. But one thing that's nice is being able to just like go through all the gameplay objects and then call initialize the default state together. So and then it also, like when you're extending a new class, you can kind of use, you sort of have this kind of structure that they all follow, right? They all, any gameplay object that's added has to do initialize the default state. It has to do set render layer. Like before we had this, it was like you had to go through every single class and do their setup thing, and there wasn't a standard. It was like it wasn't clear. It was like, you know, we would like set up the cubes and then load in the colliders for the level and then set up the water and then put the player in the level and then like set up the trees. And now it just like collider renderer sets up all the gameplay stuff, right? It it really helps to organize the entire game. Oh man, oh boy, I just remembered one thing I wanted to talk about before we dive into programming. This might only apply, I think, well, you know, today I signed on to Twitter, which is the first mistake I made today. I don't know why I bothered doing that. But it seemed like there were two big things that happened in... Well, there were a lot of things that happened, but in kind of the game development world, it was Forbes 30 Under 30 was announced, and the Game Awards. And of course, every time 30 Under 30 comes around, people are like, well, that list doesn't matter. These people are like, these people should have been on. And honestly, you know, the way that works is people who got on the list, they recommend their friends, and then those people get on the list. It's really not that important, and I think, you know, I used to care a lot about that stuff, whether my game like got IGF nomination or whether I made it onto 30 Under 30. And I think at the end of the day, you just can't get... You shouldn't be, especially in a creative field, you shouldn't be letting exterior goals be your motivation. You know, I see a lot of like, especially young devs, not that I'm not young or anything, but they'll be like, oh, you know, it's like, I wanna win IGF by this age, I wanna make it 30 Under 30. And those lists are really silly and meaningless. And then there's also people just humble bragging, like, well, you know, it's okay if you don't get on it. They messaged me the day after I turned 30 and asked me if I was under 30. And it's like, oh, okay, you're just letting us know that you should have been on it. But anyway, don't pay too much attention to that stuff. It's just not these lists, these awards. At the end of the day, they're meaningless. You should be asking yourself why you're making something. Speaking of popularity contests, be sure to like and subscribe. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this this light controller. So I would like to, let me see here. So this is like what I'm trying to do. Oh, but you can't do that. So you can't have multiple base classes. Okay, but I thought this was where I was getting confused. I was asking, I know I can have a base class and another interface, but the interface doesn't let me. Oh, you can't have multiple abstract classes, which this is. Well, okay, so, but what do I do here, right? Because what I want is, in this case, I want them all to have this light fill function. What would be the best way to do this? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like this has like the water. This water detector has its own thing, and it extends from chain activator. But I also wanted to control lights, be able to turn them on or off, which is a functionality that a bunch of things share. So what would I do in this case? So you can't. So that's the thing, right? You can't have default methods. I think you can declare them, but you cannot fill. That's the whole like that's the thing when it lights up, like this object lights up this object, lights up this object. It's that thing definitely needs to inherit from the chain activator class. Like it's just a nightmare of like deciding like when you're filled up and when you're unfilled. That's definitely really useful. I mean, if I could only pick one, I would definitely pick the chain activator for this one. But yeah, so Help me out here. I mean, we could just make an interface, but that doesn't help me as much as I would like. You know, I don't want to copy this script. Oh wait, so I implement the iLight controller interface. It'll scream for its methods, but I'd still have to fill in the method, right? New up an instance in the derived class. Okay, now that's where I'm... Oh, you could create an interface that returns an instance of the base abstract class. Okay. Okay. Not... Right. Your instanced thing. Okay. Because I think I kind of understand. Oh wait, this needs to be a public interface. Hello. What's going on here? Yeah, well, I want all of these. So, you know, I have all these like gameplay stuff, but I want to add this functionality to light up lights, and that's sort of like different from, you know, this is like a water detector, but it can also like light up some lights. And this functionality is used for a number of things, and I don't want them all to implement this like set light fill function. So what I want is an interface. Hey, the Kuna. Have a fill lights implementation exist as a static method? No, I don't want like one instance of it. Yeah. Yeah, you can. Right, so the thing is the problem with interface is we cannot fill out this function, right? Which is ideally what I'd like. I could use extension methods. Yeah, I don't like. I've always used those extension methods for like calculation. Let me just explain here for Jet user. Okay, I'm seeing it. Prime TNT. I'm seeing both, but you're totally whichever one you prefer. The thing is oh, then you do the this dot light fill proxy-ish implementation. Oh, right. So it is. There's just one guy that lights up. Right. So basically, everyone is suggesting like a single instance. What's it called? Uh. No, not a single instance, huh? I'm not a big fan of the single light controller. It's um okay. Okay. Water should have an eye light controller field. Oh, interesting. So you're saying like oh, interesting. Hold on. see, so you're like... But, well, how come this isn't even recognizing this? Oh. It's like masking or... Oh, yeah. Although I'm trying to... What the problem is, why... Do we gotta build or something? Did I miss a namespace? I don't... Yeah, it's like ideally I'd like it to be another class that I can inherit from, but I can't inherit from multiple classes, right? Oh, possibly the fact that this is, I have multiple, oops, there was another script named the exact same thing. Let me fix this. Some components I just need a common. Let me see this. Oh, this works? Oh, interesting. Oh, but so this creates a default light fill, right? Oh, okay. So it's sort of like it's kind of like the instance. Ah, I see. So wait, let me just Why Prime TNT? What's wrong with this one? Oh, it's the same Sheridan. I'm gonna get some popcorn. See how this unfolds. This is Battle Royale. Steel toe. I'm confused. Why do you have two interfaces? Hello, Greasor59. So Jet User's version makes the most sense to me. Common static class, which I think is what Wind Up Harlequin was suggesting earlier. Right, and you don't need singletons. So you have your class MyLight controller, and it has this interface iLight controller, and MyLight controller. Light controller example extends MyLight controller. Right, okay. Blah, 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 blah. It extends div class, and it implements iLight controller factory. Well, okay, so the thing with the extension methods, though, is I've always used them, like, we use them to calculate, like, we do have an extension as utility methods script, but that is to calculate, like, I can use that to, if we're doing stuff like, you know, like rounding up a vector 3 or something, and those seem fine, and they return that. I'm a little bit confused about how it's like, how you'd be doing that here, which is, so you'd still need wouldn't you still need an instance of it? Okay, hold on. We have prime TNTs. Okay, so you've got, I'm gonna post this, just prime TNT, for everyone to also look at, if that's okay. So you've got the interface. My class, yeah, it implements this, blah, 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 blah. So you have then you have a abstract class. Okay, right, so this is implementing something else. This has your interface. Oh, it is the same thing, right? Because you're calling. Oh, right, you initialize it. Oh no, so see here, you're initializing it here, whereas Jet does it so that, sorry, Steel Toad Boot, you've been eliminated. It's just down, so Jet does it here. Although, isn't the difference here that they'd be, hold on, let me type this. Right, like prime TNTs means there's a version for everything, whereas Jet Users has just the one. Yeah, so it's okay. So for those of you who have no idea what the hell is going on. Let me see if I can explain. We've got like, okay, I won't start with like inheritances. So basically I've got this one object. So I've got a bunch of gameplay objects and I want a bunch of them to have this ability to light up. And I don't want to right now they all have a separate function that lights up, but there doesn't really need to be one. There can be just one. So I'm hoping, originally I was like, well, but you can't inherit from two abstract classes, and I wanted to do, so I was thinking like an interface, but an interface doesn't let me actually like fill out the base function. So we've got these two versions. Basically what Jets does is it's got this interface. It's got, no wait, this is Jets. It's got the interface and it has an implementation of that. And this is basically like when other scripts call it, it creates it if it's not new. So you don't have to initialize it. But then you can implement the interface and then you just do like this default light fill, kind of the static class. And Prime TNT solution just is sort of kind of the same thing, but it doesn't use static, right? So you still have an implementation of the interface that does this thing. And then, the class we're working with implements the interface, and then it needs to initialize this proxy and then do it. But it looks like I don't want to have to teach how to debug the heap. Oh, hey, yeah, let's do a regular Zad the stone compass. And now you can post links. Make that okay. Let me catch up on this. So Jet says static is not inherently bad. Saves memory. It's the exact same code. So more readable. I'm pretty sure William doesn't want to play the GC cost of. Oh yeah, that's a good. Actually, garbage collection. That's a good point. Spectralic, you can post yours. Are you not? Let's just add. Stone compass. Couldn't see though. Please link it again. We don't want Okay, this chat is going way too fast. Okay, fine. No unless. It doesn't hold state. Wait, what state? Does it hold the state? No. If it whether it's lit or not, does it? It doesn't, right? It doesn't hold state. The whole state is like, is the light lit up, right? Like if you're trying to say like, well, hold on, can we clarify the state thing? So you're saying I don't want this static if Jet users if this guy, if I'm trying to like keep track of whether the light is lit or not inside default light controller, don't do that. That's what you're saying? The thing is, I do want the light. The reason why I want the interface is because then you can grab it by, you can sort it by that, which is helpful. So what we do here, let me just show you, because we do have those. We do have that. Yes, yeah. I don't want random objects that do that. So, but we do organize, we do grab things that are that implement interfaces. So right, like we do the iGameplay component where here it's like, okay, you see that we do grab the iGameplay component, which is really useful. So it lets us organize that, and then this way it's like, okay, we know everything that can turn on a light. We have to do some kind of stuff with them. So, all right, we are gonna. I'm gonna implement Jet's method, so that we're not here all day. But thank you guys for this. For the help. But yeah, okay. Well, extensions. Cool. This is a lot of fun actually. I learned a lot. Always learning something new. Let's whammy bars. Your extension method. Oh, so okay, so you're implementing it. Do you not need to All right, guys. Let's implement this. It's actually battle royale. We're just looking at everybody's different scripts and eliminating them. But actually, this is quite interesting. Wait, where is Jet's thing? Controller new default. If controller is null, then we create a new one. Oh wait, whoops. No wait, what the hell? Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. That was... This is not, totally forgot about the stuff beneath. So yeah, if the light fill controller is null, we do this. Okay. Highlight fill. I do like this because then I don't have to, I just have to add that. And now it's telling me I need to set light fill, which is here. So let's do this. Oops. Right. I see. Alright, well, we'll see if this works. Oh, it cannot implement it because it's not public. So do I have, does void light fill have to be public or something? Auto detect does not implement. Huh. Oh, if it's an interface, it has to be public? Oh, okay. Oh, actually, that's not, that's a, yeah. Hey, Praetorian. Buonasera. We've had, you just missed the, an intense battle royale of code. There was blood. So let's see if this lights up. I think this is it. Oh, well. Well, it works. Oh, but the null check, we do that everywhere. I think it was more like 4 or 5 extension classes. Okay, so this brings me back. So now we can go back to the level I was working on before, which is adding this door thing. So inter-level door. Okay, so see what I want is this. So door frame light controller. Okay, so now we get to actually implement this. So it looks like it is working. Oh, I do, of course, need to update it in a bunch of areas. So let's see here. So door frame light controller. Okay, so we've got this here. Now what we do is we apply this. Line door controller. Okay, so this is a chain listener. Okay, so this extends from this class, which we're... Okay, we got way too many things open. 1 second. Door Oh, yeah. I'll come back later. I might make this I might put these in other areas as well. Chain listener. Okay, so activator active. Oh, okay, right. Okay, we'll see if this works. Whew. Oh. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. These should probably get moved to... Acid modification processor? What is that? Oh, interesting. Can I do that with Perforce? But like, why do I need to know that? Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, right. Hey, the Stone Compass, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great evening. And thanks again for your help with programming as well. Alright, let's see if this thing lights up. Yes! Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like I did miss some of those lights. That's okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna push these changes. But I think what I want to do, I'm gonna come back a little later tonight and I want to fill in a few things. So there's like there's a couple things that I want to add to this, like light fill speed, know, interfaces cannot contain fields. Oh, never mind. I've not seen Troll Hunters. But tomorrow, so for those of you who've been watching and don't, or kind of joined a little later and have no idea what's going on, I'm going to make a quick YouTube video tomorrow morning. Probably do it even tonight, just to kind of explain these things. I've started doing, I've been doing this new format that I really like. Been using YouTube a little bit more because the development update videos have gotten pretty good traction. But basically what I do, because like, you know, I put the archives of the streams up on YouTube, but I know not everybody wants to like watch a 2-hour stream archive. So instead, you know, just kind of like a quick 10-minute summary of some topic. So I'm going to like explain this sort of light controller interface thing in another 10-minute video and post it. What is this? Would you try to move? Those are, no, they're just fields. Like you, it's just I can't do that, right? Like it's you know, you have like your light fill speed, your light fill direction. So these are, no, they are variable per object. They are per object, actually. Yeah, just kind of cool things that I think don't, you know, like it's kind of like today, we like on the stream, I'm just sort of figuring it out, and it took 2 hours. But you know, once you've kind of sorted out, it's pretty fast. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna clean up this code a bit. Let me actually, I want to push it, and then I am going to take a break and try making some dinner. Not try, I am going to make some dinner. And then we'll be back on tonight. So this has been 2.5 hours. Let's see what my calendar has for this evening. I think like this is, you know, now that we've wrapped this up, this is a good time for a break. I will probably be back on around 8 p.m. Let me push these changes. And of course, you know, if you like the stream, you should follow the channel. I'm also on YouTube. You can add the game to your Steam wish list. That actually does help us. A lot of people say they'll just remember to buy the game, but I think having those wish list numbers is helpful for when to let Steam know, you know, to people are interested in this game. Do I know about L systems? Yeah, sort of. Interactable, so doors. Now, where did I put the light fill controller? So, yeah, light fill controller. Okay. You learned a lot today? I learned a lot today as well. I think there's, what's this? It looks like there's been some discussion about occlusion calling. You know, the thing with Linux versions is that they're almost, for the number of units that indie games ship, it's just not worth it. You know, you don't, Like, you know, we've talked about how for Manifold Garden it's about 40,000 to break even. I think maybe like, you know, maybe I think like 50% will be from Windows, like maybe like 40 from consoles, and you know, 8 from Mac or something, and Linux is like 1 or 2%. Yeah, no, it's just no. I was just kind of explaining how the numbers just aren't in favor, and then it's I don't even know where to I don't even know what installation people have. Like, isn't there like 500 flavors of Linux or something? We are gonna do it, you know. We will, like, somebody said there's like one like Red Hat or something. We'll support. We'll pick one version of Linux and support that. Because if I recall correctly, the GOG needs that for like DRM free or something. All right, let's push these changes. Okay, so wait, I need to add a game scene. This music's really good. I think we're gonna keep listening to the Blockhood soundtrack regularly from now on. Okay, so that is our commit message. All right, we've pushed that. Let's see who else is streaming. We'll give them a host. All right. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out today, for all the feedback on programming. I feel like I learned a lot. Hopefully you all did as well. Hey, PFIS is streaming, so I'm going to send you guys over to his channel. He's working on this game, Ionia. All right, friends, I will see you all later. Oh, and you know, we have a Discord channel, so you can join that if you want to continue the conversation. I'll be back on a little bit later this evening. Bye bye.